Hello there. Good evening, stampers. This is Jen Pitta with By the Shore Stamping, and I'm so excited that you have joined me for the Lucky Launch Catalog Party. We're celebrating the new 2015-2016 idea book and catalog from Stampin' Up. And I had a couple of projects that I wanted to show you tonight. The first one is a cute little gift bag that I think would make a great little present for a lady, maybe. Earrings, gift cards, anything small would look really cute in here. We're going to quickly go through how simple this project actually is. So let me put that aside, and we're going to start with one of our muslin bags. And the first step you're going to want to do is we're going to want to use one of the new in colors, which this is Mint Macaroon, or actually I think it's Macaron. Macaroon would be two O's, but however you want to say it, I'm just going to stick with Mint because it's easier. So we're going to use the Mint, and we're going to use the Watercolor Wings stamp set, which is a really, really fun stamp set. It has all sorts of layering potential, so you start with like the solid and then layer on the more detailed images. So we're going to use the big one, the big image, the biggest one, and I'm starting with the solid image. And we do want to ink this up and then stamp off. However, when I tried it fully stamping off, it didn't really take it all to the muslin bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently tap it onto the grid paper and then just go straight to my muslin bag. And because we are kind of putting this onto a fabric, I'm going to press and hold this for a second to make sure that we're fully absorbing into that fabric. And then we'll take that off, and we've got the imprint of the butterfly. Can you see that? Alright, so next I'm going to actually switch to one of the detail images, and we're going to put that down, pick that up with my stamp, and this time I'm going to go ahead and fully ink the stamp up with the mint ink again, and this time I'm going to go right over my initial stamp. I'm going to press and hold and lift. So now I've got some detail in there. Okay, and then one last time, this time it's the body, the outer, not body, but the outer edges of the wing here. And again, I'm going to go ahead and ink that up full force. And then again, line that right on top of the butterfly and press and hold. I think I have chocolate on my fingers. I just had some ice cream. And then I've also got red ink everywhere too because I was stamping something else. What else is new? So now you can see the detail on that. Isn't that pretty? Next up, I'm going to stamp the body of the butterfly. And I'm going to use the mint again, and we're going to go right in the middle of the butterfly, and again I'm going to press and hold so I get the body of that, like so. Okay, and then next up is the little antennae. I'm going to use the soft suede, which is the color I'm using for my gift tag in a moment as well. And we're just going to stick that right on top of the butterfly. So I have that. Pretty, right? Last step is I just wanted to add a little bit of yellow. I'm going to do a few little yellow dots, and these little yellow dots come in the same stamp set. So I'm just using crushed curry, and I'm just going to stamp and hold those down here in this little lower left-hand corner. So you can see, I'll put a little there. and maybe one over here, just to even it out, like so. And then on my original one, I also did some of the new sequins. And carefully open these so they don't go everywhere. But can you see all of that fun glitter? Yay! So I'm going to take one of these little gold ones, and I'm just going to put a couple of little dots of my Tombow multi-purpose glue, which is like a liquid glue. It's kind of like Elmer's glue, like the old-fashioned stuff you used to use in school. Just have to be super careful because it's super gooey, so if you put too much on, it's going to end up everywhere. So I'm just taking 3 of these little sequins, and I'm pressing them right down into the dots of glue that I already put on the bag. Oops, I lost my... Probably should have pulled those out in advance because they can be little stinkers. And then I'm going to go ahead and set that aside so that it can dry. So that's what we're looking at. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Next up is we're going to take a piece of very vanilla cardstock and a soft suede ink pad. And I used the greeting from the Watercolor Watercolor Wings stamp set, which says, "The little moments with you matter a lot to me." And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that on the vanilla cardstock. And I'm going to use my note tag punch, which is a fun little punch. I'll use that to punch out. In case you didn't know this trick already, obviously, you know, the punch is set up like this so you can punch your little tag, but you want to make sure you're flipping over your punches so you can actually see what you're punching out. So see, I can line that up. So I always stamp my images first and then punch. Although, having said that, since this is a clear mount, a photopolymer stamp, and it's completely see-through, I could actually punch first and then stamp because I can see exactly where I'm going because the stamp itself is clear. But in this case, I stamped it first and then punched it out. Then I'm just going to use my little hole punch, and I'm going to punch a hole in there. And because I can, and because I'm going to put it on the little bag, I'm going to actually tie it together with a little dab of glue again, and actually that was probably a little bit too much glue, but that's okay. It will dry clear. That's the beauty of that Tombow liquid adhesive. I'm going to stick a little piece of sequin there, and then I'm just going to pull the muslin bag and tie a little bow with that. And then once I've got that tied and the way I want it, I'm going to take one of our adorable little clothespins, and I'm going to attach that to my bag using, oops, send it flying. I use that to attach my clothespin. So there you have your finished bag. Easy peasy. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you soon.